Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. This is Orrin Johnson filling in for Sam Shad. Joining me today is Marsha Berkbigler, candidate for Washoe County Commission, District 1. Next on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Welcome to the Winnemucca Big R.
Hi, I'm John Walker. Welcome to Big R Lovelock.
Hi, I'm Rich Martin. Welcome to Fallon Big R.
My name is Braden. Welcome to Big R Fernley.
Hi, I'm Kelly. Welcome to Big R Sparks.
Hit the open road on a brand new Harley or win a bundle of cash during the $250,000 Harley-Davidson giveaways at Carson Valley Inn. Thousands in weekly giveaways, plus multiple grand prize winners including cash and 7 brand new Harleys. Now at the Carson Valley Inn.
For 50 years, Nevada Heating has been keeping people comfortable in their homes. At Nevada Heating, call the do-it-right guys and get the air conditioning back on today. That's the Nevada Heating way. Why sweat for days on end when Nevada Heating can get your air conditioning fixed today? Call us today and we'll fix it today at 323-5585 or schedule us on our website at nevadaheating.com.
Save money and take transit. Did you know you can ride the bus all day for less than what it would cost you for a gallon of gas? Plan your trip now by going to rtcwashoe.com.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
Welcome back to Nevada Newsmakers. This is Orrin Johnson filling in for Sam Shad. Joining me today is Marsha Berkbigler, who is a candidate for Washoe County Commission District 1. So, Marsha, tell us a little bit about yourself. You've been on the commission before.
Yes, I have.
Opportunity to sort of reintroduce yourself to a new round of voters or remind people in the past. Give us the quick bio.
So a quick bio. I've been in politics in Nevada for many more years than I'm going to name on TV. I ran for the county commission for the first time in 2012, and I served 2 terms, so that's 8 years. I lost in 2020 and decided that I would just retire after many years working in the political arena and working for various different businesses here in Nevada. I worked for mining, I worked for the doctors, I worked for telecommunications.
So what kind of work were you doing for those companies?
I was their government affairs vice president in most cases, and managed all of the government affairs work at both the local, state, and federal level.
So generally when we hear government affairs, they're talking about lobbying and all that sort of thing. But beyond just that, are also dealing with sort of regulatory
right. Obtaining permits for new mines and updating permits for the mining industry, negotiating contracts to settle, to resolve outstanding issues for various different groups, both the mining industry and the telecommunication industry. When I first took on the telecommunication group, I negotiated settlements on litigation in California. So, and that was where I retired from before I decided to run for office after 12, 15 years, something like that, in telecommunications. I decided that it was time to retire, and so I did.
So
it didn't last.
Right. So let me ask you this, and I ask everybody this. You know, when I was younger, I had some political ambitions. Now I don't know what I was thinking. When you're successful out in the real world, why do you want to come back into this thankless scrum of politics where you have no friends except your dog? You don't get paid.
I have 3 dogs, so that helps.
Right. Well, there you go. You got 3 friends in politics. So why come back?
Because a lot of people called me and asked me to come back. You know, the thing about politics, the thing about elected officials, not politics, but elected officials, and I am not a politician. I never have been a politician. I'm a concerned citizen who decided to step up and run for office because I could see there were some issues with the county that I thought my past experience of negotiating deals and working with legislature, working with Congress, that I might be able to step up and help. And I think, I know I did some really good things as a commissioner. When I lost, I thought, well, you know what, I'm old enough, I can just retire. I've been doing this long enough, I can just retire. And fortunately, from a financial perspective, I could retire, so I decided to retire. And about a year, maybe a little more than a year into that period of time, I started getting telephone calls from citizens throughout the county. Because when I sat on the commission, I didn't just represent the west part of the valley and Incline Village. I represented the county. I think that's what commissioners are supposed to do. And I believe elected officials are there to represent the interests of the people, not their personal interests, not the interests of people who are going to feather money or whatever into their personal pocketbook. I believe they're there to represent the interests of the people and the needs of the people.
So let's get specific about that. What specific failings? Obviously, nobody likes to win an election. There's always a sense that I want to do over, and all that's fine. Right? Successful people are competitive people, and there's always that factors in, just for the sake of, we want to win because we want to win. I totally get that. But it's important to be substantive. What is not happening now that should be, or what is happening that shouldn't be with Ms. Hill that you're going to remedy specifically?
So specifically, the largest problem with the county commission right now is a severe lack of transparency and care for the citizens. Citizens come forward and ask questions, and when I sat on the commission, and the commissions that I watched before I ran, that I went before I ran for office, constituents would come in, citizens would come in and ask questions, and they'd express their concerns and they'd ask questions, and then one of the commissioners would take notes, and then during the commissioner's comment period, almost always, you would see them say, I would like to ask staff person so-and-so to do this for this person. Please go talk to that person right now and resolve that. That is rare. That rarely happens now because there's not a cohesiveness between the constituents and what's going on at the commission. There's also severe infighting on that commission. This is singularly the most dysfunctional commission Washoe County has ever had to experience.
Now, the Washoe County Commission is nonpartisan, right? Or is it partisan?
No, it's partisan.
Yeah, it is partisan. Sorry, I always forget between the City Council and the County Commission. So it's partisan. Does that make a difference? Is it what is causing that dysfunction?
What's causing the dysfunction, in my personal opinion, is that the current chair thinks that she's the mayor of the county and that her opinions and her needs and her desires are the only ones that matter. So consequently, if you have an issue that you want brought before the commission as a commissioner and you ask to have it on the agenda, it doesn't get on the agenda unless it suits her purposes.
And you're talking about Ms. Hill.
I am talking about Ms. Hill.
So
yes, that's who I'm
let's name
running
names. I mean, we're here, and because there isn't really a mayor of the county.
No, there isn't. All 5 commissioners hold the same position. All the chair's purpose is to set the agenda and run the meeting. And as the chair, she's supposed to be the leader in setting the agenda, and she is not doing that effectively. She's effectively, in fact, thwarting Mike Clark at every move and ignoring Jean Herman and treating Jean Herman like she's just a little old lady who isn't intelligent enough to be on the commission anyway. And that's just unforgivable, in my opinion.
So let me play a little devil's advocate with that. It is hard to get things done in committee. The reason why, the tension between any executive branch where you have somebody that can just act versus a sort of legislative branch that's passing broader policies or laws deliberatively, is that when it comes time for some action, and we're going to talk about that after the break, it's hard to have sort of unity of action without a single figurehead. So how do you push back against somebody who might say, well, it's good that somebody's taking charge of some of the county stuff?
Because taking charge is saying, let's vet all the issues before the people. Let's put these issues on the agenda and hear from the people how they feel about things. And then we'll take a leadership, and the chair will say, and this always happened all the time I was on, even when I wasn't chair, everybody who was chair. And to go back for just 1 second to the R versus D, when I was on the commission, it was 3 Republicans and 2 Democrats, and yet we put Kitty Jung, a Democrat, in as chair. And so we didn't say, you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, your issues are different than my issues. We said, we're here to represent the constituents of Washoe County. And our job is to hear what they have to say and then do something about it. And so what I would say to someone who says, well, somebody's got to take a leadership position, okay, I agree, someone does. But that's after you've heard what the constituents have to say.
Okay, and we're going to talk about some of the specific things when we come back.
For me, there's nothing more important than getting my patients the care they need. So when I hear that Sam Brown supports allowing states to ban abortion, even in cases of rape, even to protect the life of the mother, I know what that would mean. When doctors' hands are tied, the results can be catastrophic, but Sam Brown doesn't seem to care. Sam Brown has shown that he is not looking out for the best interests of my patients. He is way too extreme for Nevada.
Wynn Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Story County is leading Nevada. Home of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, Google, Tesla, Panasonic, and other world-leading companies. Story County provides thousands of tech, advanced manufacturing, and logistics careers for Nevadans. We're diversifying and driving Nevada's economy and generating millions in tax revenue and billions in economic activity across northern Nevada. Story County is leading Nevada's future.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
Pro Group Management specializes in providing industries with the necessary components to satisfy and exceed workers' comp requirements. Every business has unique needs and specific regulations. Pro Group Management stays ahead of the curve, providing up-to-date services to keep your industry in top form. Discover how we simplify your tasks, improve efficiency, and reduce expense to keep you moving in a positive direction. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Come celebrate Tamarack Casino's 23rd anniversary with $50,000 in giveaways this September. $5,000 big cash winners every Saturday. And a $10,000 big cash winner during the grand finale celebration on September 28th. Your good times are at Tamarack Casino.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
Welcome back to Nevada Newsmakers. This is Orrin Johnson filling in for Sam Shad. And if you're just joining us, Marsha Berkbigler, candidate for Washoe County Commission District 1, is here as my guest. So, we are recording this on the morning of September 11th of 2024. I want to bring up something pretty near and dear to my heart. As we sit here, I have been out of my house since Saturday. I live in that part of town. Our house has been menaced. I had about, we got the notice on Saturday, and there it was. And so the concern that I have, and forgive this sort of long intro here, is sort of lack of communication, in my view, of what's going on. The early updates in particular, I think they've gotten a little bit better, but have not been great. What is the role, let me ask you this, what is the role of the county commission or a county commissioner in keeping the public informed? I get that county commissioners aren't holding hoses, and I don't expect them to, but I certainly expect to sort of not be kept quite so in the dark.
Well, the county commission also sits as a fire board. So the county commissioners are, as well as commissioners, there for the fire board. And the fire department, the fire district, the Truckee Meadows Fire District works directly for them. And so always historically, it's been a direct connection between the fire chief and whoever sits on the commission, whose district it's in specifically. And so that would, of course, be Mike Clark. And I think Mike has received some good information, but the information hasn't necessarily been pushed out through the county's information process, shall we say. And truthfully, I don't know that that is the fault of the commissioners. I don't know that that is the fault of staff. That may just be that this is a very unique fire that is extremely dangerous.
Well, I'll tell you,
more so than any we've ever had before.
No, and that's true. Nevertheless, I'm eating up press conferences because I'm concerned about my home and my family being displaced and all the rest of the stuff. And there was a press conference where your opponent, Ms. Hill, was reading from her phone, clearly a prepared statement from somebody else, and not even doing that particular comment. I was furious, absolutely furious. The Sheriff Balaam gave a statement. The firefighters gave us it was fine. Again, not enough. I think not with enough frequency, but certainly I think there's a role of the commission to at least know what the hell's going on.
Absolutely, and there is a role of the chair to be more than know what's going on. The chair historically in these kinds of circumstances is frequently on the site at where the what do they call it when they merge all together, and it's not uncommon for the chair to be at that site, and there'll be press there sometimes, and the chairman will talk to the press along with the fire chief. But so yes, there is some of that. What she was reading, I didn't watch the press conference, so I really don't have any idea whether she was reading something that was being fed to her immediately and she was trying to get the information out or not. I can't answer to that. I don't know. But
no, it was a perfectly banal speech. I mean, it was. She looked like she hadn't done her homework properly in a freshman speech class in high school.
Well, that happens to be another reason why I'm running, is because she hasn't done her homework correctly.
So how would you do that differently? How would you make me feel better?
How I would make you feel differently is I would be at the site where the chief and all of the all the different chiefs are all gathering together. I not only would I be there, I was there when the fire was burning up above Collin Ranch. And one of the things that is always primary with the Truckee Meadows Fire District and the chief is to protect homes. Get in there and protect homes, make sure we're protecting homes. And then that information gets out. The chief said routinely to me when I was the chair and we had the Collin Ranch and I was there at the site all the time. I live at the base of the hill, so it was, I knew what was going on, but I was there at the site all the time, and what the chief said routinely to me is, okay, we have crews up here protecting these houses here. We have crews, and I could answer those questions. When the press asked me what is going on, I would say, the chief has just informed me that there are crews in these different areas, and we are doing that. The chair should be responsible for that. Now, it is true that this fire is just now burning into our district, into District 1. Historically, I think one of the fires along the Callahan Ranch area, when Dave Humke was on and chair, he was the one who was there because it was burning in his district, and so he was the one who was there on top of it all. I think that's really the way it has historically run is the commissioner whose district it's in is generally the one who's there talking to the chief, but the chair should always be there.
Okay.
Especially if the chair is going to speak to a press conference.
And I want to talk a little bit more about this because it's a big deal, and I think this is at the heart of where we really need government at its most robust and competent when we come back.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators. From the exotic to the everyday. Trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
They want us to believe we only have two options. That's just not working anymore. I've never been a follower. I'm a businessman and entrepreneur. I'm ready to forge a new path to secure our future, one that keeps Northern Nevada free, fair, and wild. A path that means freedom for all, including affordable housing.
I'm Greg Kidd, and I approve this message because I'm not from either political party. I'm for Nevada.
Southwest Specialties has been making the homes and businesses of Nevada beautiful for more than 20 years. Their experienced designers and craftsmen create the walkways, backyards, water features, and a variety of outdoor cooking areas that add curb appeal and value to your investment. Call today or visit them at their website and see how they can make your outdoor spaces special. Southwest Specialties, creative, distinctive, beautiful.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
Welcome back to Nevada Newsmakers. This is Orrin Johnson filling in for Sam Shad. If you're just joining us, with me today is Marsha Berkbigler, who's a candidate for Washoe County Commission District 1. So we've been talking about the Davis fire. Again, this is being filmed the morning of September 11th. We were warned last night of apocalyptic winds and all that sort of thing. But I want to go back a little bit. Let me ask you this question. So the evacuation zones, there have been times where I've looked at them. I have friends in Arrow Creek that seemed almost overkill. Some people get in, some people don't. The enforcement seems not always consistent about letting people back for, just change of clothes, all that sort of thing. What is the sort of legal authority? What's the enforcement mechanism? Who is the one that actually makes the call that says people aren't allowed in their homes right now?
The fire district.
Okay. And enforced with the sheriff's office and all that sort of thing. What's the role of the commission in helping make those decisions?
As the fire board, their role is basically to liaise with the chief to make sure that that they really know what's going on. They need to be on top of knowing what's going on. But the fire is fought by the fire guys, and we have a fabulous fire district in Washoe County. Truckee Meadows Fire District is outstanding, and they're always on top of everything. I have some concerns about someone who testified yesterday who said he at 2:30 he saw the fire and it was close to he knew it was close, so he called 911, and 40 minutes later a Reno fire truck showed up.
Right.
Why?
I mean, we've always had issues with that integration.
That is an issue. That is that lack of coordination between the fire departments and the fire district needs to be addressed, and I think that is the responsibility of the commissioners. Well,
and let me ask you this, because this also was pretty upsetting to me. So a couple days ago, Tim Walz was supposed to be in town to make a campaign stop. Instead, the campaign event was canceled, but nevertheless, a bunch of first responders got called in to secure the freeway so a political candidate could go up, waste the time of the guys who are actually at the command center, Galena High School, and get some photo ops and not take any questions from the press.
Yeah.
To me, that was unforgivable.
Absolutely.
Who allows that? Who authorized that? Who makes that call?
I don't think that's a call that's, I guess it's made by the state police, or I don't know who makes that call. Okay. Truthfully, I don't know who makes that call. That would not be a call that would go to the county commission. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't even think our current chair would have that authority, although she does work directly with the Democrats on a lot of other issues.
Right,
so possibly she would, but I wouldn't think that. But I agree, that was uncalled for, because that was a very dangerous fire even at that stage, before this horrendous wind that we look like we're going to get today. That was a very dangerous fire. And we're not just protecting the people who live here in the valley. This fire is burning up the hill. It could burn into the Tahoe Basin, and that is a federal responsibility as well as a state responsibility.
Right. Well, and anybody who's on the ground. I mean, when I was in the Navy, anytime some admiral or politician comes, it's just a giant pain.
It's a pain.
And when you're actively doing something, you don't want. I don't want people distracted. I don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat. I know politicians of all stripes will kind of do these types of things, but I guess the question is, what do we do to prevent that stuff so the people on the ground doing the work can focus on what they're doing?
Once again, I think there's a number of things that the commission can do, not during a fire hazard danger. Not right now, but certainly when this is over with, there has to be a complete review of the entire situation and what happened and how they're going to prevent it from being this kind of a problem again. I understand we've lost 15 structures. That's not all homes. There are some homes in
right,
that.
which is extraordinary considering the size of the fire. I mean,
yes,
all praise to the warriors who are fighting
which
fire.
goes right back to the boots on the ground. Our firemen are wonderful and they're doing a great job. But we need to know how to, when a call comes in that says there's a fire in the park and it's in the middle of the forest, there needs to be a fire truck there immediately. There should be a fire station in Washoe Valley. When in 2019 we approved a fire station in Washoe Valley, and of course, you know, then COVID came along, and I think that derailed things. And then I was gone in the end of 2020. What happened? Why haven't they gone back and done that? We can spend $500,000 on a pile of rocks in Las Vegas, but we can't get fire station in Washoe Valley to protect our citizens. And that's the answer to why am I running? Because the citizens mean more to me than they do to Miss Hill.
All right, and we're going to wrap it up right there. We're all out of time. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
And we'll be right back.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
Snorkel personnel lifts are engineered beyond the industry norm to an uncommon level of safety and durability, and with an eye towards sustainability. They're also designed to be simple to operate and maintain. Snorkel, always at the cutting edge of progress.
Everyone is talking about opioids, but they're not the only drugs that can be harmful if taken in large quantities or not as prescribed. You also need to be aware of side effects from anxiety drugs, muscle relaxants, sleep aids, and stimulants. Mixing prescription drugs with other drugs or alcohol can be dangerous. If you take an Ambien with a glass of wine, it may be enough to stop you from breathing. Prescribed drugs can be just as dangerous as illegal drugs. Take medications only as directed.
Modern boutique Ahern Hotel and Event Center sits at the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. 2 floors of meeting and event space are ideal for groups and conventions. Stay in one of 200 luxurious rooms and suites. Brand your event throughout the property. Flexible event spaces make for easy planning and personalization. Take over the entire hotel with a full buyout option.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us. You can join us 24/7 at NevadaNewsmakers.com.